Welcome to Tech Challenge Makers Conquer E-Commerce. I'm Elise, your resident tech expert and author of the book Browser versus Buyer. I've worked with e-commerce shop owners for over 6 years, and I've helped hundreds of creatives overcome their technology fears. Gain clarity and direction in your business with Elise's E-Commerce Elevator 6-month group coaching program. Join now at MyScheduledBiz.com/elevator. The link is in the show notes. Today we'll be talking about how to manage the time you spend on your business. By the end of this episode, you'll have a few ideas to schedule the time you spend on your business, my favorite technology suggestions, and walk away with one action step. Now, I want you to think about for a minute. We've got a couple of questions that I want you to kind of consider about your business and how you separate it from your life. So the first question is, do you need a separate calendar for your business and your life? And I've got some follow-up questions to this. The first thing you need to think about when you're trying to decide if you need a separate calendar is, will your personal life interfere with your business time? Will you be supposed to be working on your business tasks and be so stuck on the list of things on your phone that are for your personal life that you can't concentrate? And then on the opposite end of that, will your business interfere with your personal time? Now, I keep my personal items on my Google Calendar along with scheduled meetings for my business so that I know what I have to do each day at a glance. I can tell what is scheduled, when I have to meet someone, all of those things. That I keep on my phone, on my Google Calendar. And I highly recommend using this resource. It is a great way to keep track of what is going on in your life. But for me, any open-ended event that I want to record today, but it's not something that I actually have to show up for at an appointment, or the tasks that I plan to do for the week, I used to keep those on my Google Calendar as well, but it kept overflowing into my personal life. I would be out shopping with my daughter and I'd be looking at my calendar for the next day and not focusing on her and instead focusing on the things that I knew I had to accomplish for my business. So for me, I have to keep my business and my personal life separate. So the only things that I put on my calendar for my business are actual scheduled meetings where I'm supposed to be showing up and meeting with a specific person at a specific time. Everything else, I actually keep on a paper calendar. And it looks like this. And it's supposed to be 1 week, but I find it's better for me if I cut it in half and have it be 2 weeks, because then I can't write as much on each day, because as you can see, I put a lot. And so it's important for me to have that separate. So I keep this in my office. It does not leave my office, because I should only be focusing on these tasks when I'm working for my business. So my favorite tools for this, for organizing your life and your business, are an undated weekly desktop calendar like this one, and there'll be a link in the description of this video if you'd like to look at one that I recommend, and your Google Calendar, which you can access on your phone, your computer, anywhere where you are. Before we jump into the rest of this episode, please share this podcast with other business owners that it can help. Also, be sure to stick with me to the end of the video to learn your challenge for today and implement what you've learned. All right, so my next question for you is, do other tasks keep you from finishing what needs to get done for your business? Now, for me, this was a huge problem. I would be working on something and then I'd have an idea, because it just seems like I'm a never-ending cycle of ideas, or something would come to mind that I forgot to do that I needed to finish, and then I would get caught up in that, and the first task would never get finished. And so what I do for mine is I keep a to-do list for my business. And anytime something like that happens where I'm working on one task and something else comes to mind, I write it in my to-do list. And this is just my huge list of things that I've thought of that I wanted to do or whatever. And what it does is it allows me to get it out of my mind and then focus on the task that's at hand and get that done, and then I can come back to my to-do list later. It also gives me somewhere to pull from when I'm planning the next few weeks of tasks. So I usually like to be about a month ahead on my task list calendar. And so when I'm ready to be like, okay, I've got a day here where I can get something done, I can go to that to-do list to pull things out and put them on my calendar to actually get them finished. So my favorite tool is a sturdy cover to-do list. And so this is a very thick cover, and I like that a lot because I can throw it in a bag or something. It's not going to get messed up. This I do let come out of my office, because it's like if I'm going to be brainstorming or traveling or something like that, this can be a really great thing for me to look at and kind of catch up on what I've gotten done, what I haven't gotten done, etc., etc. And again, there'll be a link in the description of this episode so that you can grab one that I recommend. Now, if you want more help with your e-commerce brand, be sure to subscribe to Tech Challenge Makers Conquer E-Commerce podcast so that you don't miss any of the episodes that are released every single week to help you grow your e-commerce shop. Now, my third question for you today is, do you underestimate how long things take? It's happened to all of us. It's definitely happened to me, where I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this done today. I should be able to get it done, no problem. I only need half an hour to get it done, right? And then that task ends up taking all day, and I don't get anything else done that I was supposed to get done. Or maybe it ends up taking 3 days, and I really underestimated the time. So to make it easier to keep your schedule, it's important that you know how long things take you. And so for this, you need to be timing how long things take. You actually need to write down and know, when I do X task, it takes me 3 hours, right? And you need to know that amount and then maybe even create a buffer around it. So if you think it's going to take 3 hours, maybe give yourself 3.5 hours. And then a second thing to help you with this is to create a step-by-step tutorial on how you do repeated tasks so that you don't spend time trying to remember exactly how you did it last time. This has happened to me. I have a very tech-heavy way of sending emails, and messed up one time, and it was because I couldn't remember how to actually do it. And so I recorded a video for myself so that I could watch it the next time I had to do that task to make sure I didn't mess it up again. My favorite tool for helping you, if you are one of the underestimators who never know how long things take, is called ClickUp. And there'll be a link in the description of this video. ClickUp it's a task management system, and it allows you to time yourself. It allows you to organize your tasks. And so oftentimes when things come out of my to-do list, I'll put them in ClickUp to get them done as well. This is also a great way to manage your team when and if you're ready to bring on new people, and they can time themselves as well. And so this makes a really great way to keep track of the time that something takes for yourself and ultimately for your team members, and to keep everything organized in one place and to store all your step-by-step tutorials. Now, your challenge for today is to choose a system to stay organized. And just remember that this system can change over time. I used to keep everything in my Google Calendar, and then I realized that it was preventing me from enjoying my life, and so I had to shift to something new. I never used to have a running to-do list. I would just beat myself up about not being able to get things done, even though the reason I couldn't get them done was because I was getting distracted by other things that didn't need to be done right now. So choose a system. Hopefully these ideas that I've given you about how I organize my life will help you organize your life and your business. Don't forget to live your dream every single day, and I'll see you next time. If you like what we're doing here at Tech Challenge Makers Conquer E-Commerce, and it's helping you gain clarity and direction in your business, you should check out Elise's E-Commerce Elevator. In this 6-month group coaching program, I'll guide you through the ins and outs of building a business for purchase conversion. You'll also get to join up with a small group of other e-commerce shop owners who are focused on building exponential growth and reaching the right audience. Head over to myscheduledbiz.com/elevator and join us. We welcome a limited number of new members every 6 months, and by signing up today, you'll reserve your spot. Thanks for listening. See you next week right here on Tech Challenge Makers Conquer E-Commerce.